You think South Korea can arm wrestle the United States? Don't make me laugh. This week, President Lee Jae-myung flew to San Francisco with the bosses of Samsung, SK, and Hyundai, and walked out with over $500 billion in AI deals. On paper, a triumph. In reality, it is a surrender. Because 1 week earlier, Washington told Seoul exactly what it wanted. Stay with me, this is the most important semiconductor story of the year. Here is what happened on July 17th. A US assistant trade representative sat across from Korea's trade minister and said the quiet part out loud. Your Samsung and SK Hynix make obscene profits, and those profits exist because American companies buy your chips. So Washington, he said, has every right to share in those excess profits. Let the numbers sink in. Samsung's Q1 operating profit, up 756% year-on-year. SK Hynix, a 72% profit margin, 4 straight quarters of record highs. Combined, the two will earn north of $270 billion this year. Then came the payoff, or the price. Samsung and SK Hynix signed semiconductor supply deals worth $950 billion with Nvidia, Broadcom, and others. Add the AI infrastructure pledges, and the two announcements approach $1.5 trillion. SK Hynix alone will ship $750 billion of long-term memory to Nvidia. Samsung's piece, $200 billion to Broadcom. This is not just a sale, it is Korea's entire semiconductor industry being pushed all in on the American AI supply chain. Look closer at the Broadcom deal. It is not a one-off order, it is a 5-year strategic memorandum covering memory and foundry, with Samsung building advanced packaging and co-developing chips on its 2-nanometer process and below. Meanwhile, Nvidia and SK Group's $500 billion plan centers on AI data centers and next-gen HBM. The first project, a 2-gigawatt AI data center in Korea, running Nvidia's Vera Rubin platform and SK's HBM4, live in 2027. Nvidia is even putting $1 billion into Naver to triple its capacity. Behind all this is a national move. On July 24th, Lee hosted a high-level AI summit in San Francisco and issued the San Francisco AI Declaration, opening Korea's AI ecosystem to the world. He met Hwang, Altman, Amode, and Broadcom's Tan. The chaebol bosses, Lee, Chae, Chung, and Naver's Lee, all showed. This is not companies going solo. This is Korea betting the whole nation on its place in the AI era. Hwang called it Korea's golden age. Here is why Washington cared this much. Global AI compute demand now dwarfs supply. And the single most bottleneck component is high bandwidth memory, HBM. Whoever locks in stable, long-term memory supply wins the next phase of the AI hardware race. That is exactly why Nvidia spent real money tying Korea's two memory giants deep into its own stack. The deals are not charity, they are a moat, and Korea is inside it, on America's terms. For investors, the direct read is a reshaped HBM supply picture. SK Hynix plans to double its wafer capacity by 2030 just to lift HBM output, which stretches this memory upcycle from a spike into a longer cycle. But stay sober. Most of these are 5-year framework agreements. Actual deliveries, volumes, and pricing still have to clear earnings reports and capacity ramp up. Do not mistake a headline for booked revenue. So here is the verdict. From $950 billion in chip orders to $500 billion in AI infrastructure, Korea just staked its entire semiconductor industry on a US-led supply chain. The golden age is real, but it is America's golden age, with Korea inside the fence. If this breakdown helped you see the wiring beneath the headlines, hit subscribe and tell me in the comments, is Seoul a partner or a hostage? I am Alpha, talk next time.